Welcome to my inn, the Carriage Rest Inn. It looks like the bard is about to begin. I'll pour you an ale over the stories, fables, and tales about Dorma's history and Vive's mystery. Let us see memories of Vive through his singular eye. So take a listen to the tales that we spin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
After crippling the iron mist, our party crawls out of the ventilation shaft, overlooking the remains of the largest and most dangerous of the ancient ruins. From your high perch, you can see the entirety of the ancient metropolis, including the massive volcano off in the north of the city. Lava flowing down the... Well, what the heck is that? You see a gigantic monster, a colossal of sorts, stalking the ruins, destroying entire blocks of stone as it's flailing about. The sight of the colossal beast could trance you for hours, but your attention is quickly drawn to a platform about 200 meters down, where you see the Professor, Vive, and Ivanir, talking to a figure you do not recognize. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Carriage Rest Tales. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Mike, and to my left we have...
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ryan. I will be playing Korgan, the human fighter.
And this is Nick. I will be playing Theron, the Drow Ranger.
Hey guys, it's Sam. I'm playing Halara, the human warlock.
As the intro kind of specified, we are picking up right where we left off, so you guys just kind of basically crawled out of a ventilation shaft that you escaped out of last time. I picture you kind of at the top of the iron mist on kind of like a observation deck, and then looking down about 200 meters down on a different observation deck, you see your leaders talking to another figure that you don't recognize.
Does Halara recognize this figure?
Halara gets a sense of familiarity,
Okay.
but I'd say from this distance, you're not 100% sure if you believe who you're seeing.
Okay.
I guess we'll head down.
Yeah, you guys can head down if you want to. It's about 200 meters, so it's from one platform to another, and you're basically on the outside of a city. So you have quite a descent in front of you. Are you guys just going to try to free climb it, or what is your plan for trying to get from one platform to another platform?
There's no, path
There's
around.
There's not a path. You would put it together that typically you would just walk inside the city and go through all the corridors. But if you guys remember, your whole mission last time was to seal off the entire city. So you can't really access any of those interior corridors.
Right. So, Pip, who's up for a climb?
So are we climbing up or climbing down?
Climbing down. So you're at
And
the
how
top.
far is it?
About 200 meters.
Is there any rope nearby?
Yeah, I'd say you guys could definitely find some rope if you... I would imagine as adventurers in general, you would have supplies on you, which would include some ropes.
Yeah, I think we would tie some rope at the top and then just throw it down so that we can
Belay down.
scale down.
Yeah.
You can tie it around me.
Right.
No.
We'll tie
Shall
it.
we?
Heavy.
We'll tie it around this pole here.
Gentlemen.
You can come down with us, you know?
All right.
Right. So,
By the way,
here we
good
go.
job with that puzzle last time.
Leave it to the fighter to figure it out.
In the midst of battle.
In the midst of battle, right, Halara? And I give him a little elbow.
Ha.
Kind of hard.
All right. And Halara's going to kind of do a little thing with his hands and just start climbing down.
Go
You
ahead.
want acrobatic rolls or...
Yes, I want an acrobatics roll first, but Halara has disadvantage on this because they have a crushed leg.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Forgot about that.
Right. And Halara takes the first step down and
Tries to
instantly remembers
Ow,
that
ow, ow.
just falls over as they try to put weight on their foot.
right ankle is just completely shattered. And yeah, there's nothing I can do on that one. 4.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Let's do 4d6 as Halara starts climbing down and then immediately loses their grip, his
10.
grip. And you fall the 30 feet down to that next platform you guys were roping down to.
That's one way to do it.
I just pictured Hilaro like a Wile E. Coyote sign, like, help. So let's not go that way.
There's
Yeah.
that, like, no, he.
Well, that's too bad for
Too bad.
Alara.
There's stairs right here.
Hilar's just going to pick his head up and then just.
Very loud thud just echoes and out into nothingness because you're at the edge of an abandoned city.
I think we can zigzag down.
Theron and Corian, let's go ahead and roll some acrobatics as well.
And I'm leaning back.
You're like,
I'm going to lean back,
use your,
go down, like zigzag my way down.
all right, just roll it straight.
Can I do athletics?
Yeah, you can do athletics or acrobatics.
wait.
Whichever one you prefer.
Okay. I already leveled up, so.
That's fine.
Oh, I think it's a +5.
Natty 20.
15.
So you guys belay down the rest of the way, and Halar is just holding the other leg that they landed on, or he landed on. But with your natural 20, I was originally going to be like, you guys tied off this rope, which wasn't enough to make it all the way. But you just knew how to tie off one of those hitches where you can then like whip it back up and it unties itself. So then with that nat 20, we'll say the rest of your guys' adventure, you've basically solved like, okay, we're going to tie a rope off and go to this platform and then do your little hitch thing. So you can get all the way there with the single rope and you can reach the landing with this other person. Halara, now that you are kind of in eyesight, you definitely recognize that the person the professor is talking to is the fire god Dina, which is your patron.
So Halara, he's just gonna stand up extremely straight and get like he gets a little bit nervous and he's like, right, all right, gentlemen, shall we? Now just mind yourself here. Okay, there's
no reason to be nervous. They're friends of Vibe. I'm just going to push Halara closer.
yes, well these are important people. Unlike
Halara, go
the
ahead
two
and
of you.
roll a acrobatics check.
9.
You get pushed forward by Corrigan and you try to step on your right foot and just kind of let out a little yelp and kind of waddle into view. And then you kind of interrupt the conversation. And the fire god looks at you and says, blimey, is that Halara? How you doing, old chap?
I need a second to react to that. That is not where I thought you were going
Blimey.
to go.
She had to get her accent from someplace.
The things we inherit from our gods.
Right. Danae, how are you? And Halara's gonna do a full bow and kind of try to sweep that broken ankle behind him. Full bow. Halara, at your service.
I am so happy to hear that. We are going to be doing a nice fireworks show, and I believe you're going to be helping out with that.
Right. Well, you know, I do love pyro. And then he's going to just like produce a little flame out of his right hand.
Ah, yes. I trust you be finding some use of the powers I bestowed to you.
Yes.
Now, as he turns back to Vive, we need to kick off this little shindig. Do you think you understand what's happening?
I just love how your accent is now gone.
It's gone.
It went from Irish to country
gone.
bumpkin to now gone.
I can't hold an accent like you. Maybe he doesn't have an accent. He just keeps going in and out of all of them.
You're so bad at that. Unless it's Amelia. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the only one I can do. It's like my natural.
Small child.
Yes.
Yes.
I hate when you guys repeat that too. So, do you understand, Vive, Professor, what you need to be doing? To earn my favor, you need to have to kill that guy. And then he points out and you like follow his finger, and it's definitely pointing at that gigantic colossal creature. Now, that's what you have to do to earn my favor. If you don't think you can do it, and he's kind of glancing at all of you guys, I can just let the dwarves out and they can take care of it for me. They love to take on this challenge about every 10 to 12 years.
Danae, no. We absolutely can handle this for you. Right, gentlemen?
I'm immediately looking at Vive like, is this what you want me to do?
And Vibe kind of gives you, yes, this is a task that we're going to take on.
Darling,
Certainly.
don't
Got it.
worry. We have it all under control. We will take down that piddly creature.
I like your confidence.
On
I mean-
one leg, too.
Yeah.
I
Considering
just-
she has a
Wow.
broken leg.
Right.
We got it. We'll handle it.
Danae, while we're talking about things, I might need a little extra from you.
I
I
think I could make,
I have this situation down here.
kind of glances at it and kind of chuckles to himself
It's like
a little bit.
completely like, just
Turn backwards.
turn around. Right. It would be just positively fantastic if you could give it a little correction.
He's going to turn to the professor and say, I think what would make this more interesting is let's have a trial. I will provide my blessing to these three, but they have to bring on this mission by themselves.
Let's do it.
Thanks.
Us three. Oh, yeah, just the three of us. Us three.
I think I'll be giving you my blessing. And with that, he kind of like bows down, and you guys just all of a sudden feel completely invigorated. And I need everybody to add 1 to their armor class, as you now have a permanent kind of like heated shield around you. You are resistant to fire,
Darling, I'm always resistant to fire.
and then you gain 2 levels, except for Halara is going to gain 4 levels. So I think that puts Corgan and Theron up to level 6, and Halara up to level 8. Halara's getting a little bit more is because it is his patron, so he's kind of getting like a extra blessing for that. I'm also going to be giving you guys a new ability. So Halara, you get the level 7 spell.
Man.
Right.
2 levels and the...
You
Delayed?
can pick whichever one you want between the two of you guys.
Or do you want me to read it aloud? Or?
I'll get to that in a second.
You pick one. I'll just take the other.
Hey guys, it's your host and Dungeon Master Mike. I just wanted to take a second to thank you for listening to our podcast. It really does mean a lot to us to be able to entertain you guys and just have fun being a nerd. If you are enjoying this, please make sure to give us a 5-star review, or even better, recommend us to a friend that you think would enjoy this. We're really trying to grow our listenership, and any help that you can give us would be amazing. Also, make sure to check out our website at carriageresttales.com. There you're going to find some fun things like maps, handouts, our sister podcast of one-shot adventures, and we even have our bonus practice campaign that we put together before we officially started recording to kind of work the kinks out. But it was funny, so we left it on there. If you're looking for more daily interactions, you're also welcome to join our Discord. You know, you can come hang out, just be nerdy with us, ask us DM questions or player questions. We can talk about stuff like books or animes, all sorts of fun stuff. But really, just thank you for being a listener and enjoying letting us just entertain your ears for an hour every other week. Thank you, and let's get back to the show. All right, so for the listeners, just as quickly run down from my right, Halara, what spell did you receive as your blessing?
Delayed blast fireball.
What's it do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was delayed. She was purposely trying to...
Building up some anticipation here. A beam of yellow light flashes from your pointing finger, then condenses to linger at a chosen point within range as a glowing bead for the duration. When the spell ends, either because your concentration is broken or because you decide to end it, the bead blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame that spreads around corners. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. The spell's base damage is 12d6. If at the end of your turn the bead is yet detonated, the damage increases by 1d6.
So the longer you delay it, the more powerful it gets.
I just pictured Halara's pointer finger actually being your pinky. Or like just
I like that. It is like extra long nail. Like it.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, so for Theron, he got Sunbeam. A beam of brilliant light flashes out from your hand in a 5-foot wide, 60-foot long line. Each creature in the line must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, creature takes 6d8 radiant damage and is blinded until your next turn. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage and isn't blinded by the spell. Undead and oozes have disadvantage on the saving throw. You can create a new line of radiance as your action on any turn until the spell ends. For the duration, a mote of brilliant radiant shines in your hand. It sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. This light is sunlight.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's a powerful spell.
Yep.
I got instant kill Colossus, which I thought was kind of fitting.
That's a weird one.
I got investiture of flame. Flames race across my body, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet for the spell's duration, which is 10 minutes. The flames don't harm you. Until the spell ends, I gain the following benefits. I am immune to fire damage and have resistance to cold damage. Any creature that moves within 5 feet of me for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there takes 1d10 fire damage. You can use your action to create a line of fire 15 feet long and 5 feet wide, extending from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 4d8 fire damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one.
All right, so now that you've got my blessing, let's get this shindig off. Professor, what is your over-under on this crew being successful? And they kind of like start bantering about what the odds are that you guys are going to succeed. The professor is not giving you guys great odds. Just full, blunt honesty. He's like, I don't know about this one. And then the fire gods, well, I did give him the blessing beforehand. Normally this isn't done until after. You know, like they're kind of having some fun with that one. You get the idea that what you need to do is be able to kill the Colossal. You have the gifts of the fire god with you now, but you also have, because the dwarves had already prepared it, down on the ground level, there is a merchant cart that is loaded down with barrels of oil and coal. And you guys would know that the mixture that they created is the explosions, the explosives that they use for like mining and stuff like that. So you basically have some giant crates of explosives at your disposal as well.
Right.
But the Colossal is very far away and you need to take care of him.
Is the Colossal considered a beast? Or?
You're not sure at this distance because the Colossal it's gigantic. It's probably about the size of like a 3-story building. What are you thinking over there?
Right.
You want to edit this out. Spoiler, I don't think we do it because it makes an appearance.
Oh, yeah. And Boss's backstory.
Oh.
You never know.
Maybe there's 2 Colossi running around.
Maybe we
There
die.
was 2.
Now we can.
Was that a plot hole?
No, there's not.
Oh, there was 2?
Nope.
There's
But
just
I
one.
But I don't have a plot hole right now. I can tell you
Thanks,
that
Ryan, for
So we die?
much. I don't know. We'll find out. All right.
On next week's episode of Carriage Rest
Ryan
Tales.
rolls up his 4th character. Will he get his 5th?
All right. As you guys are looking down to get started, a fire kind of engulfs you guys, lifts you off, and just gently lowers you down right next to this extremely flammable cart. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's fire. Stop it. But then it goes out and doesn't ignite anything. But you have a cart down there that's on wheels that you can move. You will have to have somebody push it because there's not a horse or donkey or anything available. But that is where you guys are at. That is your mission, is to somehow destroy the Colossal with what you've been given.
Do we feel like all of our spell slots are back?
Yes, you would have gotten a long rest when you got your blessing. So
Great.
you are healed back up. You can walk on your leg again.
Yeah.
There's some sick, gross popping sounds as it was resetting in place, but it is fully back healed.
Corrigan's gonna crack his fingers, stretch. I'll push the cart.
Yeah, I'll help him push. I mean, we'll push it together, you know. More hands make less work.
Alara's gonna cast Mage Hand. Push the Mage Hand.
I actually
This way,
suspected less than that, so I'll take it.
This way, gentlemen. And Alara's gonna kind of get in the front and direct
Yeah,
traffic.
you direct this.
So you guys start pushing this cart off, and I just see this comical, like, gigantic Iron Fortress city just sitting stationary as this little tiny cart just slowly starts leaving from it. And you guys are pushing it for probably a good, I'd say 30 minutes. And then you start hearing kind of rumbling and some squawking of animals and figures, maybe some banshee type screams in the background. And then you start feeling the ground kind of vibrate as one of you kind of peeks your head out and notice that a large kind of troll-like figure is running towards your guys' cart. At first glance, you can definitely see that it's got that black, misty hue of a Denoa.
Can I cast Fireball or Eldritch Blast?
He's still pretty far away, but we
Okay.
can roll initiative.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say how this counts?
I have not yet.
Okay, so
So you're not telling us?
when we go to use it, we'll find out.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, cool.
My
great.
my enemy got a 9 for initiative.
5's not
23.
here.
Wow.
Ooh. Theron is ready to
two
go.
natty
Fred.
20s, man.
You're really bored pushing the cart, and you're like, just something, please attack me.
All right, what'd you get? Halara.
Laura.
I think I had like a 9 or something like that, 7, 8, or 9.
I thought you got a 9.
I got
7.
a 9.
I don't know. My dice.
Did you just not roll?
No, I did.
Are you just making up numbers
No,
now?
I did roll.
You roll a new D20 each initiative. I don't know if you're trying to remember what you rolled last time.
I rolled and my dice moved. I said it out loud. You guys weren't paying attention. I think it was like 7, so 6 works. It
right.
was something low.
6.
All right, Theron's up first.
Theron, you're up first. I'd say this troll type creature is probably, I'll say you guys noticed it about, say, 120 feet away. Because you were pushing the cart, but it is making quite a bit of noise, and it's the first thing you kind of had to encounter yet.
Okay. I'm going to look around. Like, what do I see around me?
You are entering into the actual ancient city, so you probably would be seeing some, basically I think of it like temple ruins. So like all of like the wood that would have been there would have been eroded at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But all the stone would still be there, but kind of like collapsed over when the supports eroded.
Okay.
So like you can make out that, oh, that was a house. Like I can kind of see where the doorway was. Oh, and there was another like well over here. But everything's kind of decrepit and eroded away at this point, except for the stone.
Okay.
And maybe some rusty metal around and stuff like that.
I kind of want to spread out a little bit, so I'm gonna be like, okay, this thing's big, so we got to spread out. That's what I'm gonna tell these two.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna run, kind of just to the right, I guess.
Like at a 45, so get away from the
Yeah,
cart a little
45,
bit.
but also ahead a little bit.
But not necessarily right at the troll, kind of, so he has to choose either you or the cart or something like
Yeah.
that.
And then I'm just gonna ready in action,
What is your action?
sunbeam.
Oh, you're going to ready the spell? I
Yeah.
love it. All right.
The
Sounds good to me. I like it. Just bring it out early. Who's up next?
The super
Enemy.
powerful spell we're going to use on a troll. Okay.
No, I like
Oh,
it.
why not?
It's a big troll. I mean,
Okay.
trolls are big in
I like
D&D.
the gusto.
Troll
and the excitement.
can move.
We're definitely not making.
Troll can move 50 feet, so it's going to continue moving forward 50 feet, and then it's going to use its action to do a dash, so it can get 100 feet. That's definitely going to put it in range for Theron's spell. So
Okay.
Theron's going to cast a spell. What do I have to do?
Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty. So I roll a con save. I
I
got
have no idea what you have to beat.
Your spell save DC.
I think it's like 8 plus
Your-
proficiency plus.
And-
proficiency, but it's from a god. You're getting it from.
You could use
So we'll say that it's a
charisma.
plus 5, because I think that's the highest you can get on a
All right. So what is it? 8 plus
8
charisma.
plus 5 plus your
so 16. Your proficiency bonus is a 3.
Yeah.
So 16 is going to be your DC for these spells.
All right.
I think that makes...
Yeah, it makes sense.
You'd be using the god stats, I think. All right, it rolled a 14.
Okay. So you're going to take 6d8 radiant damage, and you're going to be blinded until your next turn.
All right, so go ahead and roll that 68 up. While you're doing that, get your sum. You guys see Theron like reach into his soul, basically, and this power starts to envelop him and move around him. But then you start seeing it kind of start cracking through his skin as you see burn marks kind of appear into him as his body can't quite handle the level of power that he's using.
26 damage.
It takes 26 damage and is blinded, you said?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll a d6. Actually, 2d6.
Great. 9.
All right, decrease your maximum hit points by 9 permanently.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad you used that now.
Now we know. Every time we use
As you
it.
now have some cracked, like super dry skin, but has been burned over your forearms where you let out that magic spell.
Nice.
All right, that
Okay.
brings us up. The troll doesn't have an attack because it was just using its dash, but it definitely is not doing anything now that it's blinded. So that brings us up to Halara.
Halara is gonna like just chuckle at Danae's just like craftiness and kind of like check that in the back of his mind. And then we're just gonna Eldritch Blast to this guy. So 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And I get 2 beams now.
Ooh, nice. Do you have to roll 2 different attacks for those then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you can attack different creatures.
16.
16 hits also.
That was 8 damage.
8 damage only? I feel like you should do more.
It's not. It's 1d10, and I get to do it twice. I rolled a 6 and a 2.
Just gonna add your charisma or something to that, or no?
Oh, I do. Thank you. Add 12 to that.
All right, so minus additional 12 more.
Yes.
Your charisma's...
And this whole
What's your
little-
charisma?
My charisma is a +6.
I have a +6 in charisma.
I
I
have
see a +5 on your sheet.
a +5. Why did I write +6 on my card?
Adding 2 back.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's
There might be a reason in there that we don't know. Like, you could add something additional to your charisma, but I thought it was
no,
just
it's
your charisma.
because I have agonizing blast, and you add your charisma to your Eldritch Blast. I had a +4 before. I don't know why I added it to +6.
Okay. Well,
We're good. I changed it on my sticky.
all right. Sounds good.
So sorry, what's your actual charisma?
My charisma is a +5. It's an 18 and +5. But then a lot of my stuff I'm proficient, so it's actually a +8.
Did I do my strength wrong then?
I'm assuming she didn't take a...
Oh, no, I'm
feat.
sorry. It's a +4, but I get an extra +1.
Okay,
On
I was like,
charisma.
because mine's a... Okay, I was just making sure I
Yep, sorry.
did mine right.
This troll has taken quite a beating already. It's been kind of lit on fire. It's blinded. And then it just got pumped with 2 Eldritch Blasts, and that brings us up to Corgan.
I'm just going to charge right up to it. I'm going to shield bash it. Since it's blind, do I get advantage on it?
Yeah, I would say it has disadvantage. You get advantage.
So I'm just going to do my shield.
Shield bash first.
20.
20 hits. I was doing dex, even though you're already going to have advantage, so I don't need to worry about it.
9. Then flail hit number 1. 18.
18 hits. Guys, pluses definitely help.
11.
And then you have
Another
double attack now, right?
Glad I had advantage.
Me too.
25
25 hits.
for another 7.
I'm going to say that with that surprise attack and everything, you guys are able to blind it, you hit it, and then you go just chop it up, and it falls into multiple dark shards. You remind yourself, like, oh, when dark shards are left by themselves, they get into bigger and bigger monsters. So this was a big guy, but you guys were able to take care of him with your blessings. Nice job.
Are your arms okay?
Danae. Right, so
Oh, I'm not.
I probably should have mentioned everything comes with a cost when it comes to the fire god.
That would have been important
Oh, so that's why you
things.
tried to kill us last in the in the control room.
Took a
Got
fireball
it.
to the face
Thanks.
from you.
Never
Thanks.
try to
Okay.
kill you. Just sometimes you're in the way.
We should do something about these dark shards.
Yeah, didn't we already separate them?
Yeah, I mean, that would have fallen into different piles. You could maybe try to separate some of them if you want to, or just continue on. That's up to you guys.
Right. Let's just keep going.
Can I just
Okay.
take some and just chuck them in each direction?
Yep. You know, like while they're pushing the cart, you're just like baseball throwing these.
Like skipping them across the
shards.
water.
Yep, that works for me.
Then I'll go back to pushing the cart.
All right.
Mage hand is there.
You make it about another, say, 10 minutes before you start hearing some hoofs approaching you. Corgan, cresting over the hill, you see a Denoa, but it is a sort of wild stallion that is just bounding towards you guys. What are you going to do with that information?
I get really excited because I haven't seen a horse or been on a horse in quite some time.
Yep.
So I get super excited and just don't even think this is Denoa. And I just go to it and start.
Are you gonna mount this thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Like I'm
Is
super
this
trying to like.
Chalupa all over again.
Chalupa. No, you can ride a Chalupa. Are you guys just watching this happen?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not.
For now.
I'm
Yeah.
super excited.
All right.
I'm
It
gonna-
is.
Whoa, boy. Whoa.
Go ahead and do a animal handling check.
5.
I want to. Can I roll help on this with my mage hand? I want to roll help.
How are you gonna help from?
I rolled a 4.
You can't
Listen,
describe how you're helping.
my mage hand is also gonna try to like maybe come from behind on the horse and like maybe try to corral it over to Corgan. This is fun for. I'm excited about this.
They're,
Alright.
they're going to grab the cart, make sure it doesn't roll away. Wow.
I just totally forgot.
While these two people are like,
So, Halara, you put the mage hand up, and this nightmare horse just runs right through it. And then with your 5, you're like, oh, it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming as it like hooves up and then just tries to like come down on you with hooves. I rolled a 15 to attack.
Misses.
So you can roll another animal handling check if you like.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, boy. Whoa. That's a little better. 14.
14. All right, I'm going to do an attack and see if it goes above and below that. I got a 17 to attack.
Misses.
All right, let's do this again. That's exactly the sound it's making now.
I'm getting better. 17.
I got a 17. Ties go to the attacker, but it doesn't
To the
meet your
trainer.
armor class, so the ties go to the trainer.
Trainer. He's breaking that horse.
So you are somehow able to like time it on that third one, and you just jump on the back of this Denoa. It is very confused.
The mage hand slaps its butt like whoosh.
So you are, for the time being, going to be trying to manage this nightmare. It's not attacking the cart anymore, so you guys can do what you want to do. I'm just picturing Corgan over here just
Whoa.
bucking around on this horse.
Easy. Easy.
We'll do a couple of rolls in a minute to see how well you stay on the... But what are you guys going to do while he's... Basically, I picture the horse just took off with Corgan, and you kind of can still see him, but it's like very sporadically like running all over the place.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, my mage hand is back on pushing the cart.
Back on pushing the
Yeah.
cart. So now it's going a little bit slower because it's just you're on pushing this cart.
I'll help.
You guys get about, I don't know, another 5 minutes or so, and then you start feeling kind of the ground all around you vibrate as these cat-sized ants just climb out of the ground, and they're surrounding the cart completely. They don't all look that powerful, like maybe only like 1 shard strength, but there's just a lot of them.
How many is a lot?
I would say probably 40 or 50 of them.
Oh my gosh.
So you're kind of getting swarmed. And then as you're like looking, you see that there are a handful of mounds that they were maybe living in. So you kind of like walked through like a nest. So we're going to roll some initiative for my party of 2 here.
Okay.
While Corgan, roll ahead and initiative also, just so we make sure to circle back.
I roll
to you.
initiative. Okay. 16.
I'm going to let my cat creatures go with a
13.
13. I got a 14.
4.
Initiatives with a D20.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a 20.
I saw the 4 on your D6.
Oh, no, I had a 2 and I get a +2. This is a tiny D20 though.
All right. So we
Little
got
bit.
me, enemies, Theron, and Halara.
Okay, go ahead and roll an animal handling check, because I'm sure you're trying to steer this wild.
I'm trying to like pet it,
Yep.
make
wild
noise.
Beast.
You do that so well.
Hey,
It really responds to hey.
non-natural 20.
All right, it got a 12, so it is starting to kind of get used to you being on its back and not trying to like reach back and grab you with its mouth. So it's starting to respond a little bit.
Easy, boy. Easy. And I'm like petting the side of its face. Easy.
And then that brings me up to my enemies, cat creatures. Let's see. My monsters are going to try to swarm you guys, trying to like rip at your legs and do everything like that, maybe climb up you. That's what my monsters are going to do from all sides of you. What is Halara and Theron doing to try to prevent this or handle the situation?
I'm going to cast a spell.
What spell are you going to cast?
Wall of Fire
Oh, I like that one.
in a circle.
Okay. A circle like around the cart.
Yeah, so it is, you can make a ring up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, and 1 foot wide. So 20 feet in diameter, the cart should be fine, right? It's 10 feet away on each side.
Oh, yeah. If you're not going to hit the cart.
I'm not going to hit the cart.
And what's on the cart again? Oil and
Explosives.
Oil,
I'm not going to hit the cart.
I'll come back solo.
Solo.
We died.
no,
Blow up the
I'm gonna
car.
hit-
Person going after the Colossal on horseback.
Yeah, I would.
All right, so Halara's going to be casting a spell. Theron, what are you going to be doing?
well, I can't really push the cart because I don't want to
Push it into a wall of fire.
push it into a wall of fire. So, I don't know. Just hang out.
All right. Roll a percentile dice, Halara, to see how this all plays out.
I'm liking the extra use of percentile dice.
50.
So you're only going to get half of the monsters.
That's fine.
And then I'm going to say half of that half that survives is going to attack you guys.
Okay.
So we had about 50 out there. So you guys are going to get attacked by 12 monsters. So in total, you can split out, I got to do some quick math, 40 piercing damage between you guys. So whoever wants to take it can take, you can split it evenly, however you want to do that type of damage.
I'm on a horse, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you're not part of this. You're
half and
busy
half.
fighting Denoa by yourself.
Half and half.
Yeah, that's fine. Dang it.
Whatever. 20 damage.
Sorry. Yeah, that's
I took 20 damage just on my leg. It's
Yeah,
fine.
It's fine.
I can spread it through my whole body.
I'm just trying to think of a way that I can reduce down my swarm, but not just simplify it to
Yeah.
nothing.
No, I get it.
Trying something different on these little flashbacks.
So we're going to be half dead by the time we get to
Dead by you get
the
to
Colossal.
Colossal, yep.
Except me on my horse.
Maybe full dead. Just
Lifeless body riding towards the Colossus.
I think they're just gonna start swinging at him with his swords.
okay. So now that the wall of fire is up, you're like, all right, the ones that are inside the fire, they're still attacking us. We're gonna take care of these ones. So Theron, you're doing a bunch of attacks. Go ahead and do your. I think you get 3 attacks now.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll your 3 attack rolls, and then Halara, make sure you mark your spell slot that you used.
17 total damage between the 3.
Okay, so you're just swinging away, attacking, and you're taking out. We'll say you take out 3 or 4 of these little monsters. So they don't have much hit points. They don't have much armor class, so you're able to like basically stomp on them. But there are just so many of them. But now there's not that many. And Halara seems to be thinking something. So let's switch over to Korgan. You've got the horse a little bit. Kind of trying to follow your directions, but I think we still need one more successful
Of course we do.
animal
Let me
handling.
have one more roll here and watch this. All right. 13.
13 against 7. So you have the horse, so you have your mount. So for the time being on this adventure, you will have your mount that you've been looking for.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And I'll say you're maybe 3 turns away from where the cart is. You see this like wall of fire go shooting up around your highly flammable and explosive cart.
Does it have a name?
Pumpkin.
That's awesome.
What's my character's name?
Korgan.
Do you know a famous singer with the last name of Corgan?
Is he from the Smashing Pumpkins?
Thank you.
I didn't, but I just put it together.
In the grab bag, I said most of my characters have a music
Reference
themed
to-
reference.
I
so
love it.
Pumpkin. Okay, I'll Gord.
All right.
Gordo.
Gordo.
Enemies, I am going to just roll 2
I like
enemies
pumpkin
for
better.
attacking
I
you
like pumpkin.
guys.
Pumpkin.
Also, does it have a sister named Corn?
All right, Halara, does a 24 hit you?
It does.
All right, you take 6 piercing damage from the remaining monsters around you guys. And then Theron, I got a 16 and a natural 20.
Do I get to play or no?
I'm in order. We just went Corgan, I'm going enemies.
Darcy.
No, you went Theron and you skipped me.
You cast a wall of fire.
Yeah, and then everyone went again.
No, we
You
had...
cast a wall fire. I attack.
Okay.
I cast a burning ring of
They
fire.
both hit me.
They both hit you.
The
Yeah.
cart went down.
Down.
You take 12 piercing damage total.
The Colossus got higher.
Higher.
All right, you took 12 piercing damage total. And that brings us up to Theron.
I'm just going to keep swinging at them.
Keep swinging at the ones that are inside of this ring of fire.
Yep.
Go ahead and actually swing for your attacks this time now that there's not as many open opportunities since you only have a handful of them left.
21,
All right, hits.
19,
Hits.
and 16.
16. I gotta double check. That meets. So, yep, you're able to hit all of them, and you knock out 3 more of them. So let's say you have 2 more of these little monsters inside your ring of fire, and that brings us up to Halara.
You said there's 2 more left.
2 more left.
Halara's just gonna do a double Eldridge Blast.
I like how you said they don't have much armor, but their armor class is 16.
Well, when I decided to drop down to actually pay attention to them,
Oh,
I actually used the stat block.
Does an 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
So I only get one of them. 9 damage.
Sounds good. So there's 1 left, and that's going to... We'll just finish this one out because you're busy galloping forward towards this wall of fire. It's going to probably attack Halara because it just shot it. A nat 20.
Yeah, it hits.
6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Theron,
I'm going to swing at the last one.
swing at the last one. Yep, works for me.
90-20.
All right. So you definitely just skewer this last one, and you guys are surrounded by dozens of these dark shards. Corgan,
I'm gonna let the wall of fire down.
Corgan, as you're galloping towards this wall of fire, you see over kind of a little mound, just this gigantic figure, head maybe, appear above as it seems to be drawn towards this fire column that was just placed in the middle of the city. And it lets out a big roar, so much so that before Halara can even put out the wall of fire, it just blows it out.
Okay.
And you guys find yourselves face to face with the Colossal. The Colossal is kind of like a Titan in that it's absolutely ginormous. It kind of has a humanoid form, but it seems to constantly be shifting and moving. And then you kind of see like heads of creatures appear at various spots on its body. And you kind of get a sense like this thing can attack you from any direction. It can see any direction because it's just a merging of all of these dark shards trying to become different forms but getting sucked back in. So it's kind of like a ever-changing beast that you're trying to fight.
I have one question.
You might have an answer.
Mechanics. With my wall of fire, how many ants did I kill?
Oh, that is a good question for you, the Warlock. Oh, no. I think it said you
I killed 50% of them. So
50%
you had
of them
40,
there
so
is-
that's 20.
I had 25 in there.
25.
So 25 times 6. So what's hit points at now?
No,
for
I'm
you?
sorry. It's my charisma plus my level. So
Level 8 plus
that's
charisma.
9.
9.
So
times
9 times
25.
25. Woo!
She's doing some party.
I get to add an extra 225 temporary
fine.
hit points on top of what I have.
Mike's not worried. That's fine.
I'm not worried.
Halara,
It's more than my monster, but you know, whatever.
after the wall comes down, Halara just like spins towards the thing that blew out, and he is just engulfed in flames. He is pissed.
How close are you to this cart?
I'm far enough away. I'm not that dumb.
Okay,
I'm
just
far
check.
enough away.
Just checking. Just wondering if Theron's gonna make it.
I'm not that dumb. I'm not that dumb.
Corgon sometimes has smart ideas. I don't know if this is one of them.
Okay.
I want to ride Pumpkin through all the spider dark shards to
Okay.
see if my horse...
Sucks them in.
makes the horse bigger.
Ooh.
I like that idea.
Love that
So I'm going
idea.
to say that it definitely does. So you get a extra little movement on your horse as it increases in size. What are you trying to do with your horse?
Use it to fight the Colossal.
Use it. All right, let's go ahead and roll initiative so we can get some turn order in here.
Oh, I got a 20.
I got a 19.
16.
My Colossal is getting a 9. Makes sense. It's late to the party.
Oh, this is not right. It's my charisma plus my level, which is 8 plus 5, which is 13.
More
Times-
hit points.
You're the one
No.
that brought on 50 ants.
All right, it's fine.
It's 325.
I'm sure there's supposed to be a limit, but we're not worried about that one.
I'll look it up.
No, we'll look it up later. We'll work great for story right now, so it's fine. Who's up first in this initiative?
I am, but
You just ran Pumpkin through all these dark shards.
so I'm imagining I'm like riding circles, letting him like
Just
absorb.
absorb as many as they can.
While I'm doing my Indy 500 impression, I'm just gonna be like, "What's the plan?
Making a left turn.
What's the plan? What's the plan?" Do you want me to
And-
charge?
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I charging?
Right. Kill that thing.
Well, I know,
Hey,
but
hey,
it needs
let-
to be a group effort this
Okay,
time.
we lure it to the cart here, and once he's under it, we'll
Please
blow it up.
let me do that.
okay. But you
You're
gotta,
gonna
you gotta
lure it?
lure him this way, okay?
Right. And Hilar's going to like drag his quarterstaff on the ground behind him and just walk dead towards this thing, locked eyes.
And so Corrigan was collecting things. Halara, you're walking towards it.
I'm going to yell back to Theron, start pushing the cart. Like, let's meet him in the middle.
No, bring it here. Why? Just lure him out here. Okay. So what's in this cart exactly? Like,
So the
If they're-
cart is probably, I'm picturing 4 bourbon barrel size barrels
okay.
that you would know would be chocked full of a combination mixture of coal and oil that you know is an explosive.
Okay. Are there like matches or anything like fuses nearby or just?
I'd say they'd probably have fuses on that because they would be prepared to light them and do kind of what you're thinking of luring him towards it.
Okay.
So I'd say
So-
you have the stuff there to do
So
that.
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to pull one of the barrels out, set it down, and then I'm gonna pull the cart away, and then like maybe every 30 feet, set another barrel out. So like he'll get hit 4 times.
All right. So while Halara's distracting it, you're just setting up this stations of every 30 feet you have another explosive.
Yeah.
All right. Love it. The monster is going to go as this is happening. Halara, you're just walking towards the monster.
Yep.
It opens its mouth to scream, and a lightning bolt comes out of it. Does a 33 hit you?
Yes.
All right. You get dealt with 49 lightning damage. I'm gonna go ahead and actually reduce that by, I'm going to say 10, because I feel like lightning is kind of like fire.
Yes.
I feel like you'd be resistant to part of it. Not all of it, but part of it.
The part that burns.
Exactly. Not the part that electrocutes you on the
Yeah.
inside. All right. And then that would be it. Oh, it has multi-attack. So it's going to do that same exact thing, but maybe from like its elbow as a little monster pops out of its elbow and then shoots another lightning bolt at you. 18 to hit.
It hits.
All right. Reducing it down. So a total 33 lightning damage. That is its monster's turn. It's going to continue to close the distance, so it's probably within 20 feet of Halara now. That brings us up to Corgan.
I think I would utilize my bigger pumpkin here to. I'm just trying to piss this thing off.
Okay.
So I'm gonna zigzag and just hit it a couple of times with my flail and just lead it back towards.
So you're using your... Don't you have a mount ability or something as a fighter? I thought your class particular was for mounted combat.
It didn't really say a whole lot about it. Born to the saddle. Starting at 3rd level, your mastery as a rider becomes apparent. You have advantage on saving throws made to avoid falling off your mount.
Okay.
So basically, it's
I'm going to add that for this fight, you don't have to worry about attacks of opportunities because you're on horseback, so you're like going in quick before it can like react to hitting you.
okay.
So you're going to do your 3 attacks.
Well, I have my shield up, so I'm just going to
2 attacks.
hit it a couple times with my flail.
It works for me.
No, I saw him shoot lightning bolts. I need all the extra armor I think I can get. 21 to hit. I'm just going to roll twice.
That works.
And 23 to hit.
Hit.
10 damage and another 11. 21.
So as you hit it, you just see dark shards falling off of it.
And I'm trying to get Pumpkin to go over it to
Pick
absorb
him
it.
up. All right, like it.
Ooh.
So you knock him off and then circle back around and pick up those ones, and then you're just kind of like doing this.
I'm just trying to
figure eight
like
pattern.
Yeah.
Serpentine and confuse it too.
Yelling at it, that type of fun stuff.
Oh yeah. I think Core gonna be like, "Hey, stupid."
Halara, I think it's up to you.
So when you said we're resistant to fire, is that why you knocked off some of the hit points? Okay. Okay. I am gonna try this delayed fireball blast.
Okay.
So Halara is going to point his finger at the Colossal and say, right, Danae wanted you dead. And I want to have it, where are you?
I'm all around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how close to you are it? How close to you are it?
How close to
I
you
be
are you? How close to it are you?
How close to you are you?
I-
Start calling me. What's the thing is?
What's the thing is?
What
Who speaks like that in Star
Are you having a
Wars?
stroke?
Yoda.
Yoda. Just call me Yoda.
I be feet 20 from it.
Perfect. 21 feet?
Sure. It's
sounds
25 feet. Well, what's,
Even better.
25
my-
feet you are.
what's a horse? I should
We'll guess.
Each
100
creature
we'll guess
within a
100 now
20-foot
for-
radius of the spear.
100-foot movement.
Yeah. For
So, yeah,
your
I'm-
pumped
I'm-
up horse.
I'm probably like 40 feet.
Okay,
40,
great.
50 feet if it's that
Cool.
fast.
I
Because I'm
need-
not sticking around it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to just be
You're
standing
cool.
next to
Yeah.
it.
No, I'm trying to chip
All right,
away at it.
I need him to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's gonna fail. It's not moving too fast. It's more like a blob that's. I'll roll it with disadvantage.
Good call.
11.
Yeah, that misses. Okay, each creature in a 20-foot radius must make a dexterity. The spell base damage is 12d6. If at the end of your turn the bead is not yet detonated, the damage will increase by 1d6.
So if you decide not to do it this time, next time it'll be 13d6.
No, I'm going to do it
Okay.
this time. So we're going to do 12d6. What's the average on a 12?
6 is 3.5.
No, it's 12.
12
Oh,
D6.
D6.
12d6.
Yeah. I'll just roll it. Should we roll it for fun?
Sure.
2, 5, 9,
1,
13,
2,
14, 15, 19, 24, 29, 32, 35, 38,
One more.
39, 44, 42.
42 damage.
So a little higher than what the probably average would have been.
I
don't know.
42 damage. It takes a big chunk off, and you see a lot of the dark shards kind of fly off onto the
Exactly
side.
the average.
Was it really?
all that for average.
Exactly the average. Okay,
That's awesome.
I'm sorry.
You see a big, maybe like a full shoulder of the humanoid shape thing falls down, and then you see all the, when the arm hits the ground, the dark shards just shatter out like pieces of glass.
Yes.
And then that brings us up to the Colossal. He's going
Well,
to be doing.
Sorry,
and-
just for the sanctity of the game, does anything happen to me when I cast
Oh,
that?
yes. Thank you.
You're
roll,
welcome.
Roll 2d6.
3.
All right. Lower your hit point maximum by 3 permanently as you see some scars appear around Halara.
That's not 3. That's 1, Sam.
He's going to use a legendary action.
Cool.
So big monsters get legendary actions, which lets them kind of do things
Out of order.
out of order because the idea is they're
Legendary.
legendary. Yep. So when it gets blown up,
Great description, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
really. I mean,
when it gets blown up by this attack that just happened to it, it lets out a scream, but it screams a little bit weird because there's so many different mouths on this creature that the screams are just in every different direction. So I need everybody to make a strength saving throw. This is everybody, even if you're 40 feet away, it's strong enough.
I have something called Dark One's Luck, where I get to add a 1d10 to any saving throw or ability check. After you figure out what you roll, I'm going to add that
Okay.
because I rolled a 1
17.
and I rolled another 1. So at least I didn't crit fail.
All right. What did you roll?
A 1.
A 1, a
But
2,
not. Yeah, 2. Oh, yeah, 2.
17.
17,
14.
14. Okay. So for the people that passed, you're not going to take the bludgeoning damage as you fly back. You're still going to get pushed back about 20 feet as this gust of wind just kind of slams into you like an invisible wall. Halara, you're going to take 19 bludgeoning damage as you also get thrown back. I'm going to say you crash because you rolled a crit fail. I'm going to say you crash into one.
But my crit fail doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't count.
Yeah, because I added the thing.
All right. You land right next to one of those barrels
Okay.
that Theron was just laying out, and you see the wick catch on fire.
Okay.
Since you just established earlier that you're just glowing in fire right now.
Yeah, can I tell, based on my knowledge of fire, how many seconds, minutes I have on that wick?
Yes, we'll say that it's a 30-second wick.
Okay.
So what is that, 5 turns?
Yeah.
5 rounds. That brings us up to Theron. Your turn.
How far away is he from the Colossal?
Let's see. You just got pushed back 20 feet, and you were putting things out.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty far away.
Yeah, I'd say pretty far away. 100 feet, 120 feet.
Okay.
Maybe you didn't get pushed back because you were so far. You just got pushed over because you were so far away from already.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to my hawk.
Oh, I forgot the hawk's here.
Oh,
George,
yeah.
what was his name?
And
Alex.
Alex.
is it possible for me to give the hawk a match
Yes.
and like
I think that is totally doable for the hawk to do.
okay. I'm going to talk to my hawk and tell him what the game plan is. And I'm just gonna try to time it the best I can to go light these barrels
in
of,
order. Yeah.
in order, but like as the Colossal is coming towards me.
I like that a lot. Go ahead and roll an animal handling check just to see how well your hawk does with that timing.
Where is the Colossal in position of the barrels?
I would say it's in line with the barrels.
Uh-huh.
So especially now that it pushed you right next to one,
Uh-huh.
you get a sense that it's going to be moving towards you.
Okay, but how close is it between me and the first?
Probably not that far because you guys are in combat with them. So I'd say 60 feet.
Okay. And we already have one lit.
It's lit now.
I don't know that. I'm so far away.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
So I rolled a 4.
Okay, sounds good. I'll play with that when we get to it.
Okay.
Theron just went, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
it's enemy. It's just going to start moving towards Halara. I'm going to say it uses both of its actions to do a dash. So I'm going to say closes the distance to Halara, and then it's going to use its legendary action to do a multi-attack. So Halara is going to try to attack you twice. I'm going to say this time it's just slamming down with its fists.
Okay, so it's on top of me.
It's on top of you. It's right next to you.
Great, so it hits me, it hits the barrel.
Yes, it does.
So we're all going to jump on fire.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So does a 27 and 26 hit you?
It sure does.
All right, you take 39 bludgeoning damage and 42 bludgeoning damage. You're not
You're
using
still alive?
You're not using
Yeah,
hash
no.
marks? What's up with there's no hash
So
marks?
she'd have to
this
use
time?
the wall behind her. It's like she's a prisoner in some
Sorry.
old timey.
What was the second one? It was 39 and what?
42. All right, it does ignite that first barrel though, so
Okay.
an explosion goes off. I think you're immune to fire damage right now.
I'm resistant to
Resistant.
fire damage. Yeah.
Okay, we got to roll some damage for this one. So I need somebody to roll. Let's have Ryan.
I'll roll. I can roll my own damage.
I don't want to be responsible for what's about to
I was
happen.
going to have each of these do 4d20.
Ooh.
Is how I was going to do these.
15
So
on the first
12,
one.
So 12d20.
Yeah, that's what the whole cart would have done.
Oh, each barrel does
Oh.
4d20?
Yeah. I mean, that was the
Wow.
main way I thought
I
you guys
already-
were going to take him down. I didn't think you'd beef up the warlock so much.
15.
We didn't know the warlock would beef up the
so much.
warlock.
I didn't know there was going to be 50 ants. 15 and 1.
All right. So how much total was that?
37.
37. So you take half of that as you get blown off to the side.
30. That's 8.
18.
18.
Slowly but surely.
18.5.
Yeah. So 18 rounds down.
Yep.
And it takes the full 37 as you see another chunk of it get knocked off. So it's now about 2/3 the original size. So you guys are doing pretty good against it. That brings us up to Corgan.
Now, when Halara shot it with the first firebolt, you said like part of its shoulder came off. So is there
Yep.
dark shards?
There's definitely dark shards.
I'm running over those dark shards first.
Okay.
Since my movement's 100 feet or whatever on this. I'm just trying to get
As many shards as you
pumpkin
can.
super big.
All right. As you're doing this, go ahead and roll a animal handling check as you're noticing Pumpkin's getting a little bit more aggressive.
Cool. Pumpkin, no. Ooh, 6.
All right, so you can stay on Pumpkin if you like, but you're starting to realize that the bigger Pumpkin gets, the less likely they want to follow commands, and the more kind of angry and aggressive they're getting.
Okay, so no more dark shards. So now
Okay.
I'm just going to go back towards
All right, sounds
the
good.
Colossal and just hit it.
All right, swing away,
That's
sir.
all I know how to do. Since I'm behind it, do I get advantage?
The thing
No,
has
okay.
so many eyes.
Okay, all right. It was worth the question.
It was, but no.
17.
That hits.
And then my second attack, 18.
Those both.
8. And another 5, 13. I'm just going to go ahead. I might as well while I'm here. I'm going to do my action surge. On turn, I do one additional action.
Oh, nice.
I'm just going to attack it again.
2 more attacks.
19.
Hits.
17 again.
Also hits.
11 and another 8. It's another 19.
And then I assume you,
Um,
same thing, you make it so like the end of your turn, you're far away from it.
Yeah.
Or sweet. Halara, I believe that's your turn now. We'll say you got blown off about 20 feet off to the side.
Okay. I am going to cast Firebolt. I need him to make a dexterity saving throw.
Right, you're still going to have disadvantage, even though it is getting to be a smaller sized creature. Ooh, 2 20s. So 20.
Dang, he passes.
Okay, what happens?
Oh, he's just going to take half damage.
Okay.
He's
So
going to
something
take.
still happens, I think.
He's going to take 9d6.
9d6, but halved.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like rolling it out.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just trying to make sure you roll the appropriate number.
Oh, because I'm rolling up freaking 2s. There's a 6. 6, 7.
One more. What?
I meant to do this when I hit him. I wanted to do my unwavering mark on him.
What does that do?
When I hit a creature with a melee attack, you can mark the creature at the end of your turn. This effect ends early if I'm incapacitated or die, which is probable. While it's within 5 feet of you, a creature marked by you has disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target you.
Okay, so I have a disadvantage against if it's attacking anybody else.
As long as I'm within 5 feet of it, but I think between me going in and out.
Yeah, yeah.
He takes, it was 28. He takes 14 total.
Okay.
And if there's anything around him, it ignites on fire.
At this point, everything's ignited on fire when that cast exploded. All right. And then I'm going to say it's going to do a legendary action. It is going to probably that lightning breath attack. Corgan, will you roll a let's just roll a D4. Even it attacks you, odd it attacks Halara.
Come on, odd. Me.
So you're weaving in and out, and then you see one of the eyes kind of lock onto you. It opens its mouth, and you see this ball of energy appear. Does a 31 hit you?
Yeah.
All right, you take, let's see, you're resistant to fire, so 26 lightning damage. Now that was my legendary action, so I think that brings us up to Theron. Bird is flying around with a match, and you see him come down, and he lights the 3rd barrel that was in order.
Okay. So I see this, and it's out of order. So I'm actually going to cast Dancing Light, and I'm gonna do like 4. I'll do like 4 of the glowing orbs, and like just have them like kind of moving around, just trying to get the monsters, the
Attention.
Colossal's attention, and trying to lure them towards the barrels.
All right, the 2nd barrel, or
Yep.
the 3rd barrel in the order.
Yeah. So I would say the 3rd barrel, just so that he can maybe run through the second one.
Like it. All right, that brings us up to, is it my master?
Yep.
I'm going to roll a wisdom. It did not do well, a 10. So I'm going to say that it does fall for your little dancing lights and starts, same thing, like running over there. I'm going to say it steps right on top of one of the 2nd barrel. So it doesn't explode, but it
He's
is
covered in it.
covered in it.
Okay.
And then he's going to go up to the 3rd barrel and start like waving his arms up, trying to capture these dancing lights, maybe even like shooting a lightning beam at one of them. I assume it just passes through it. So it's preoccupied fighting some illusionary monster right now. Corgan.
Well, I see him heading towards the explosive barrel, so I really don't want to get close to him. So I'm just
not yet.
no. I think I'm just going to ready in action.
All right, sounds good. What's your action?
Just attack.
Attack
Run up and
anything.
attack after the barrel blows
after it
up.
explodes.
Just go up and
That makes
run
sense.
up and hit it.
All right, brings us up to Halara.
I'm gonna cast delayed blast of fireball again.
Okay, love it.
Okay, so
Perfect time to cast it now.
yeah, so dexterity saving throw.
18.
Oh, that passes.
It's getting better at dexes now that it's not as big.
Big, yeah. It's 2/3.
I think it's gonna be a lot less than a second here.
It just says it doesn't say on a failed or save. So does nothing happen?
It would definitely at least be half damage with that level of a spell.
Okay, yeah, it just doesn't say that. Okay, so do you want to just take let's roll it out. I think it's just so fun, right?
Sounds good.
Anybody have more D6s? We can make this a little bit faster.
I mean, if you want to do math.
Yeah, we'll do math. Gotta do math anyway. 2. Here, we'll just do 6, and I'll just have to roll it twice.
All right.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
18.
6, 12, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 18.
26 and 18.
It's 44.
44.
So crazy.
A little bit above.
It is a little bit above. Here, take
All right.
back what this is yours.
So it takes 44 damage from your delayed fire blast, or I guess 22 damage. But the other thing blows up. So it is a gigantic, massive fireworks display, basically. And it just shakes the foundation of the entire ruins around you. Like, so even some of the stuff that was kind of maybe not falling over at that point, you hear it kind of like fall over as this like earthquake explosion goes off. And then you hear a loud, finally, as standing where the Colossal was, you see a kind of a slender, tall figure, which looks very just disheveled, like he's been crawled over and climbed on and all that stuff. It's like, I'm finally free from these stupid things. And he's like grabbing the ones that are left over and just like ripping them in half and then like biting the head off of another one. Like he's just super angry, like just stomping on his feet. Corgan, you see him, he kind of like locks eyes with you, looks a little confused, and then just lets out this like necrotic energy that just hits your pumpkin, and it just
Smashes him.
It just smashes him, and you just like fall because you're like mid rud, and you just kind of tumble, and then he stops after he sees everything's just decimating, just breathing heavy, like, and he's just breathing at this point, not attacking you guys anymore, but also not interacting with you currently because he's trying to calm himself down.
Why did you kill Pumpkin? And I'm like charging him.
You gonna charge him?
Yeah, you killed my horse.
All right, go ahead. If you want to make an attack, you can.
Heck yeah, man. No one takes out Pumpkin and gets away with it. 9.
I'm gonna say that you even cut through his like skin, and then like you see that there's just like there's no blood to it. It's just like you cut the skin, and then almost immediately it like heals back over. And then you look at him again, and you're like, he doesn't have like any bite marks or scratches or like burn singes or anything on him. But instead, he like grabs you by the neck, and he's like, "You would dare to attack the god of destruction?"
I didn't know you.
And then he like
You killed Pumpkin.
and then he like
I'm gonna
throws you as you're trying to attack him again. He just throws you like, I don't know, 50, well, let's say 15 feet or so. So take a d6 of damage from fall damage, but horizontally.
Would that be bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, bludgeoning.
Okay. I only took 1. Ha!
Halara's gonna walk up to this creature. The name's Halara, warlock extraordinaire. And he's gonna like produce flame in his hand. Who might we have the pleasure?
As you produce the flame, he slicks it. He's like, you must be one of Dina's. Thank you for freeing me.
Right, but see, here's the thing. Dina wants you dead.
That little scoundrel. He knows he can't kill me. I am the harbinger of destruction. But I've been stuck here trying to destroy these stupid things. And then like another like creature comes up to try to attack him. Just like steps on it and smushes it out. It's like, but they just won't die. And you see him starting to get like very frustrated and angry again.
I would like to roll a history check, and I got a 7. Do I know, like, is this true? Like, the conversations I've had with Dina, like, are they on the same page, or do I feel like this is his arch enemy or their arch enemy? Where do I feel like?
What you roll for your history?
7.
You're not sure, but while the god of destruction is doing some rants, you're going to hear some things. So I don't know how else to... All right. So he's just going to be like trying to snuff out the rest of the Danoa, and then you see like some of them kind of form again, and he tries to destroy them again.
When he snuffs them out, like do the shards disappear?
The shards do not disappear. And then you kind of hear him muttering to himself. He's like, that idiot. My other half, my brother, if you will, wanted nothing to do with me. Ha! Weakling. Unable to face to destroy what he created. Instead, and he slam. He damned me to this hell where nothing dies. He's like ripping things apart and just totally frustrated with this. Like, nothing I can do will keep these creatures dead. They just keep coming back. And he's like staring at you now, like just absolutely furious. You see like necrotic energy like growing in his hands. And before he can like attack you, because he's looking to destroy anything at this point, you see that Dean puts his hand like on the Harbinger's shoulder. And he's like, not now, brother. Not now. Just enjoy your freedom.
Hey, Nomus. Nomus, buddy, come back to me. Come back. Hey, did you just... Hey, okay. Did you just see what I saw?
Yeah, the Colossal was actually the harbinger of the destruction.
Yeah.
And who's his brother?
Danae?
You said his brother?
He was like on fire. Is that... He said his other half put them there. Is that the harbinger of creation? Are they together? Were they one?
Maybe at one time, but now they split.
So he's
there.
there.
It seems like the maybe harbinger of creation sent him there, knowing that the Danoa don't die to
the Danoa
torment.
Don't die.
If I'm understanding my vision correctly.
Yeah, they don't die, and they have the harbinger of destruction, and we have the harbinger of creation, but we think the harbinger of creation is good, but it's not. It's bad, and the harbinger of destruction is good. Like, what does that mean? Do all the gods have a match?
Another memory for Nomus to hold. But there's more still to be told.
Hey guys, it's Mike, your host and Dungeon Master at Carriage Rest Tales. I just want to say thanks for taking the time to listen to our podcast. It really means a lot to us. If you are enjoying the content and you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review. It's really going to help us grow our listenership and be able to reach more people. I also want to give a special thanks to Tabletop Audio for providing the background music for today's episode.